He said you don't like his what?
Chest hair.
Anyway, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Overdose. I'm your host, Don Jaye. Today we are with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Erica.
All right, Erica. You said you don't like his chest hair already, but why you don't like chest hair? What's going on?
Ooh, I don't know why it's there. Like, what is the reason? I need to ask Jesus, I guess. It's not his fault. I blame it on Jesus.
Woo! All right. The title of this video is "Women Break This Rule for Really Hot Guys."
I ain't talking about him.
You about to get some smoke in these comments. I already feel it. What are some rules that women break for hot guys?
Being cheated on, them being married, them lying to them doing Xanax bars and passing out all day.
Wait,
literally
what?
Everything. If you are a straight man, you can do anything. I've learned. Like all of my straight friends.
Okay.
Just except their boyfriends won't reply to them for 3 days, and they're like, you just need to give him a chance.
Wait, hold on. I'm so confused. Can you say that part one more time? Because it's like I think maybe you misspoke or maybe I just misheard. Can you say that one more time for me?
Women will allow men, really hot men, to cheat.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that at the beginning. Got you.
To cheat.
Okay.
Not talk to them for several days.
Got
be
you.
Married behind their back.
Got you.
Have babies on them.
Hold on. What do you mean? Like, meaning have babies with another woman, and they still accept?
I love and hip hop in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but it happens all the time, and these women are worth millions, and I'm like, what is the reason? What was the reason? And then like, that's not the reason. But
all right. So let's jump into the video and see what he says, and then you give us your perspective. All right.
I hope he's not talking.
If a woman is hooking up with a guy, she's going to be very insistent that he use protection, right? Like in the first instance, she doesn't want to get pregnant, but she's also a responsible woman. She doesn't want to expose herself to potential STIs.
I always forget condoms exist.
Wait, what?
I always forget condoms exist. I'm lesbian.
Confused. Oh!
And then when people talk
like,
about
whoa.
a condom, I'm like, that slimy thing.
Got you. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about that a little later. All right.
It's out that these concerns that she has, getting pregnant, getting a sexual disease, might not actually be that big of a concern so long as the guy is really hot. If the guy's only average looking, then of course he needs to use protection. After all, she is a responsible woman. But, you know, if he has like a really good looking face, maybe it's okay to make an exception. I know that sounds ridiculous, like this can't possibly be true, that women would be so easily swayed on something as important as protection based on something so superficial and shallow, like whether the guy is good looking. But this is what researchers wanted to find out in this new study that I've just found called "Does Attractiveness Influence Condom Use Intentions in Women Who Have Sex with Men?" There's a link down below if you want to read the study for yourself. The study involved 480 women from...
Before he reveals the data and the studies, what would your, hypothesis be?
He is 1,000% correct. I believe they do. Because you don't want to, like, say anything that might even, like, a tad of anything that would be, like, a negative connotation. Be like, wait.
Gotcha.
And who might not want to have sex with you, and then you don't get to have sex with that hot man.
True. I believe it's the same thing for men, definitely for most men. If the hotter the woman is, the more they're willing to put
and
up.
Also, like when your hormones and everything's pumping in the moment, like the more eager you are to have sex.
Yeah, and not only that, it's just even when it comes to like boundaries, like on certain women that maybe he seems uglier, he wouldn't let do certain things. Like I'm just throwing an example, like be on a date and be on your phone. But a hotter woman, like a woman that's like super duper hot, whatever, he might let slide
like
a couple
puppy
times.
Dog, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't care as long as you're here with me.
Yeah, keep your boundaries, no matter how hot or not hot they are.
Remember the levels.
The UK and Canada, the average age of the participants was 20, and the results of this study are extraordinary. Okay, let's start with the obvious. The more attractive a man was judged to be on average, the more likely participants would be willing to have sex with him. Women are more likely to sleep with hot guys? That's so surprising. It's so obvious. I know it seems weird to even include that part, but there are still honestly guys out there who believe that women are above, superficial considerations like a man's appearance. And it's important to just constantly reaffirm, hey, no, women care about looks too. But moving on to the important question, does a man's attractiveness impact the rules that she has about using protection during sex? Reading directly from the study.
Okay, before he goes into the study, I had that sort of interesting question. Is there a level of hotness of guy for you that will get you out of not necessarily get you out of, but you would be like, okay, I might, give that one a try?
No, whenever I'm attracted to a male, there's no sexual attraction. It's just like, hee, like when you get drunk and like hug them and giggle. But if like they tried to make out with me or something, I'd be like,
got you.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
What are you doing to me?
What are you doing to me?
Why did you choose this? What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Are you going to kill me?
The more attractive a man was judged to be, the less likely women were to intend to use a condom during sex. Boom. That is proof there is one rule for the chumps and one rule for the chads. But wait, this gets worse, because what the study found out is that this isn't just one woman making an individual choice about her, her personal preference. This is something that women understand and recognize that other women do as well. Like it's this collectively known strategy choice. Reading directly from the study. On average, participants judged that more women, like themselves, would have sex without a condom with the men that they judged on average to be more attractive. They all do it. They all make this exception, and they understand that other women are also going to make this exception. But perhaps the most shocking result of all is that when a woman is considering whether or not to use a condom with her sexual partner, the most important consideration is his appearance. The likelihood that he's a carrier of STIs doesn't even factor in to her
STIs, I think so.
Consideration. The average perceived STI likelihood for a man had no significant association with average condom use intentions towards him.
Good.
I mean, what the hell? Sometimes reality is just so far from what we've been told that it just boggles the mind. Women don't care about the likelihood that he has sexual diseases. That doesn't factor into her consideration of whether or not to use a condom. But how hot he is does. That's the important factor here. We are so much more superficial than we think that we are. We care about looks way more than we admit, and women are just as bad as men. I mean, this is remarkable. I always use a condom, but, if he's good looking, then not so much. Okay, so what is the...
Okay, question. For you personally, when you're dealing with whoever you're dealing with, what matters most? In this study, it's specific about attraction and looks, but for you, is it about status or money, or does attraction is number one?
I've been wanting to scream this whole video. I really think from the psychological and medical standpoint, it has to do with the emotions in that moment. Okay. It's not like in that moment you're like, you're so hot, I don't care if I get AIDS. Mm-hmm. No, it's like you're just ready for the act, and then especially if it's after a date and you've had cocktails, or texting after a few weeks and then naked pictures, there's so much
it's
sexual
build up to it,
and you're not thinking rationally. Just like whenever you're drinking alcohol, you really do lose the ability to drink or to think rationally. So I think a lot of it just has to do with the emotions and what happens when you're so sexually aroused in your brain in that moment. It's not women saying, he's so hot, I'll take AIDS from him. Yeah.
Okay, I would definitely agree with that. That it's about the emotion, it's about the tension, it's about the attraction. Hormones, yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's the only reason that people decide to not use one at that
moment.
Of
course, 100%. Especially for us guys.
Not the only reason. I'm sure there are some people.
Nah, for I'm talking about for us specifically. It's about the moment, the adrenaline, all the what you just said.
And having to stop and reconvene, and then you kind of have to build back up, and it's not the same.
Yeah. We definitely be not thinking with
a relit
the top
cigarette
head.
never tastes the same.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
A relit cigarette never tastes the same.
All right. You definitely from a weird town, because I've never heard it before a day in my life. All right.
The explanation. Why are women making this choice? Okay, so I've got two thoughts about this. The first is that there is a possible social explanation. That is that women are less likely to use a condom during sex with a really hot guy because she really wants to please him. It's no secret that lots of men prefer to have sex without a condom because it reduces sensation,
Oh,
reduces
yeah, I
pleasure,
forgot about
and it's quite a
that.
common...
What?
I forgot.
It's like
forgot
you're
that
learning
was
right
even
now.
a
You in
thing.
school.
It's like, I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, that's a thing too.
Yes, it definitely takes away a lot of the feeling, depending on which
Yeah.
condom brand you use. Yes.
Uh-huh.
The more you
Okay.
know.
common occurrence for a man to try and talk a woman into letting him have sex with her without a condom. You know how it goes. You know, like, oh, come on, do we have to? I just want to feel close to you. You know, let's just do it this once. So with the social explanation, this woman is thinking, well, ordinarily condoms are non-negotiable for me. But this guy's really hot and I want to keep him happy. So if he's like insisting or really desiring to not use a condom, I think I need to accommodate that so I can keep him interested in me. So that's
Okay. I want to go a little bit off subject because I just thought about some questions for you. Dating men versus dating women. Thoughts?
It's so easy to date a man. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you gave me like 24 hours and see how many men I could get to fall in love with me,
Okay.
it's so easy. But if you give me 24 months and see how many women I can get to fall in love with me.
Okay.
Women are tough to crack, and I feel like they change their minds so much. And
Okay.
men, bless your heart, you're just so...
Now,
Impressionable.
now you say love or you mean to sleep with? Because there's a big difference between those
like
two.
willing to like move me into your house.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to men versus women, which one is more easily to, I guess, get along with?
Well, men are easier because I feel like they're always like just saying what they want to make me happy.
Okay.
Like on a dating perspective, my coworkers like will be an asshole and like banter with me, but women like when they have their same interests as me. But there's some women that are like into like strange things like
What?
doing raves and hula hoops.
Oh,
and-
okay. Got you.
I mean, it's cool and it's awesome, but it's not what I do.
Okay. Got you.
And
So
then
for
there's
you,
some women who like they're super vanilla, like they've never smoked weed, and like
Okay.
they're scared of like staying up past midnight and stuff.
so you rather have someone that's like a little bit more experienced, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like have
Okay.
some life experience.
Experiences to them. Got you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Got you.
the social explanation, and I think that probably explains it somewhat, but I also think that we need to look deeper into a possible biological explanation. Facial attractiveness is not actually as superficial as I was making it out to be earlier in this video, because it can indicate good genes, a man who is a healthy specimen. That's important for reproductive success and having healthy children. Now, as I've explained in my other videos, particularly the one on why women evolved to conceal their ovulation, I'll put a link to that down below if you haven't seen that one. Really good video. But evolution has actually selected for cuckoldry to be a sexual strategy for women. What I mean by cuckoldry is that for some women, the best opportunity she has, reproductively speaking, is to sleep with a really hot guy, even if he has no interest in committing to her, because at least then her children are going to have his fantastic genes, and she can always convince some other chump that the kids are his, paternity fraud, or convince him to raise them for her. So that's the possible biological explanation, is that it's less important for a woman to use a condom with a really hot guy because, hey, if she gets pregnant with him, that's actually not such a bad thing. But regardless, if a woman is operating out of social instincts or biological instincts, what's important, and what this study reminds us, is that women put men in two distinct categories. She makes rules for these guys, and she breaks rules for these guys.
Yes!
And it turns out that nothing...
It's like I said earlier, only swipe right if you're really, really for real. Sometimes you swipe right and you're like, oh my God, I hope he swipes right on me. And sometimes you swipe right and you're like, I would see what they're doing after they hit me up for the fourth time.
Okay. With these dating apps, you on them currently right now?
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. That means yes. So with you personally, is there what is the difference between the girls and the guys? I want to get that perspective.
I don't know. Like if I had my settings set for straight men,
Yeah. Oh, you can change your settings for it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, mine only shows women.
Okay, got you. Okay, cool.
But I've also like seen like my straight male friends on their Tristan on his Tinder, and he would like ask me for advice on how to be more attractive. But he paid the money, and he would just swipe right on any single thing and hope that anyone would swipe right on him. That's I love you so much.
It's called the Running Man. Yeah, just keep swiping right. Okay, for you, what do you think women look for when you look for other women?
That's a good question. I don't know. All the women that pop up on mine are so different. Like, everyone's so different. I don't know. Like, I barely, like, every time I get on there, I don't know. Every person, it sounds so bad, but, like, I have to be so careful because every time I swipe right, like, they always match with me, too.
Got you. Mm-hmm.
And like after I already gave one person my phone number from Tinder, and then I got 3 other people asking for my phone number. But I don't have time to be texting no 4 people, baby. I'm texting one person.
Oh, hold on. Okay, now we talking about some real conversation. So you talk to like one person at a time, not like multitude of people, and then like kind of like weed out the people. It's just one person at a time.
Yeah, because also I have so many friends. I'm in 3 different group chats.
Got you.
Like, I've lived in my hometown in Kennesaw and now in Atlanta, so I have like friends from like all sections of my life that I stay up to date with. I don't have time to be talking to no damn strangers. Okay. Unless I feel like it's worth it.
Okay, so
there's value.
At this point in your life, you really feel like new relationships, I should say, is not valuable than, your time with your career, things like that.
Yes.
Okay, got you. All right,
where to place the value.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing is really so sacred to a woman that this dichotomy doesn't apply. Even the risk of sexual diseases and unwanted pregnancy are not concerning enough to warrant uniform treatment of all men. It's remarkable, but women will actively talk themselves out of their own perception of risk in order to justify the exceptions that they make for this group of men. They will deny evidence and ignore reality if it means that they continue to uphold that dichotomy and break the rules for this group of, high-value men. In this research, they reference a couple of other studies done on the same subject. The authors found that the more a participant was attracted to a potential partner, the less likely they were to consider this person as a health risk, despite the presentation of risky
features. The trust factor.
Even if
the what?
The trust factor.
What is that? Break it down for me.
What I've learned in psychology and like, I don't know, just being like in the restaurant business, I guess, is the trust factor. Like if you can get someone to trust you, like with eye contact, and a lot for me is my enthusiasm. Okay. Like if you ask me about a lamb chop, I'll be like, oh my God.
Okay. Okay.
So when people feel like they can trust you, they are more likely to, well, in this case, pose a health risk, or like in a sales case, like trust you with making like a sell for a lot of money, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
$100 steak, $100,000 house.
Okay.
Yep.
Trust factor. Get them to trust you.
Well, Harry Chess is on.
Get them to trust you. You said Harry Trust.
I'm finally agreeing with him now.
There is evidence that this guy is a health risk. She will ignore that evidence if he's hot. Relatedly, Sparling and Kramer also found that participants showed greater risk-taking intentions with hypothetical partners they had rated as more appealing. I'll say it again, she makes rules for one group of men and she breaks rules for the other group. Women split men into 2 categories. They probably always done this, they probably always will. The important question is, which of these categories do you belong to? Do women say things to you like, I don't usually do this, or I've never done this before? Do you see evidence of women stepping outside of their comfort zone in order to accommodate you, in order to keep you happy? Are they making exceptions to their own value system for your benefit? Because if they are, then that...
Yes. So what are...
Well, I guess it's different for me when they're saying that. They're saying like, I don't usually have sex with women. I'm married to a man.
Okay, so since you get that...
But that's sad whenever you say it... I guess whenever you flip from gay to straight, it changes the dynamic a lot.
I guess I would not know. So, for you, what are some, I guess, indicators, or I wouldn't call it indicators, what are some things or some girls or some guys that make them the people that you break rules for versus the people that you make rules for?
Well, let's put it in simple terms.
Let's go.
If a man is fat, old, and ugly, but he's worth $5 million, you're gonna, and he asks if you want to move into the mansion with him, and he's gone 2 weeks out of the month on business. You're gonna break some rules. You're gonna lay down and
You're gonna break some
close
rules.
your eyes when it's bedtime. Like,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Got you. So.
Or for men, like I know my guy friends, like I won't say it. My guy friends.
Okay.
Have like dated like relatively attractive girls, but
Okay.
have really poor hygiene.
Mm.
Or yes.
So like I said earlier, they're willing to extend the boundaries a little bit just because
Based
of
on
how
how you
attractive
looked.
the woman is.
Yes.
Got you. Just throw that in the shower. All right, let's finish this video up.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. They see you as a winner and your life is probably going to be really great. Or conversely, have you noticed women making exceptions in their lives for other guys, but not for you? Did she try things in the bedroom with her ex-boyfriend that she refuses to do with you? Do women ever
would
tell
you
you
know
that
that?
she won't...
Say what?
Why would you know what she tried in the bedroom with her ex-boyfriend?
Just conversation. What do you mean? If me and you were talking and dating wise, and I was like, you were telling me about your past, and I was like, yeah. So what did you do in your past? And you was like, anal. I'm just throwing an example out there. Then a year later, we still talking, we still dating, and then I'm like, hey, I want to try, anal. You're like, no, I never want to try that again. Blah 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 blah. So you obviously did it with that person, but you wouldn't.
Don't personify it. Don't make it personal. Just generalize it.
Yes.
Because then I'm going to be on that bitch's Facebook like, I know what happened here, asshole. Just wait. I can't. Don't. Just give me...
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Let's continue
That
on.
threw me off.
sleep with a man on the first date when you know for a fact that she has? In everything, in all
Exactly.
circumstances.
See?
I don't care. It was when I was 22. I'm a grown woman now, bitch.
You getting personal? No, it matters. Yes, I would agree that it does matter your age because obviously you will change throughout age. But if you are still relatively close to the same age and you break the rules for one person versus make the rules for one, there's a difference there. That's what
And
he's
it
saying.
could have been that hookup was why you made this rule.
Great rebuttal.
And that
I
was
like
the
it.
first and last time, and this is why I don't do it again.
Okay, just see if she did it 2 times then.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Circumstances. Are you treated better than the other men in her life, or are you treated worse? These are the clues that you need to look for. Are you a man that she makes rules for or breaks rules for? If you do find yourself in that bottom category of men, I highly encourage you to do everything in your power to try and elevate yourself into that higher category, because life at the bottom of the pecking order is not much fun. How do you do that? Well, I do have a video on my Patreon about how to become a high quality man, but even just looking at the videos here on my public YouTube channel where all the information is free, that's a really good start. Get educated, improve your self-esteem, create a vibrant social circle filled with other high quality people. You do all that and then you can find yourself a high quality woman who views you as a man who is valuable enough to make exceptions for.
That's like what I was saying earlier, how your levels, like someone who's already ugly and they just wake up and put their hair up and put on a t-shirt and expect to get a date. But there's like he was saying, you can elevate your circle. There's things you can do to raise your levels.
Okay.
Like, even if you are a naturally born ugly person, and we all know how important looks are and attractiveness is in dating, there's things you can do that make your little ugly self look cute and look cool.
So question, and then we can wrap it up. For guys, what is a way to level up for you personally? So for instance, would they level up their attraction first, their money first, their status first, or their personality? And then give me the same answer for women.
You should always have a healthy mindset and personality.
Okay.
Have at least a set career or something in place. You have to have something to provide because, let's be honest, the long-term dating goal is marriage. We're not just dating for fun. No, everyone wants to fall in love. Everyone wants to fall in love with their dream person. And what was the second part of the question?
For women. So for men or women, or is it just the same for both?
Yes, so the personality and like this man was saying the social circle, like who you surround. If you surround yourself by like men who that are on unemployment, don't have a job, and just drink beer all day, like no girl's gonna think that's fun. So you have to have something to offer because we're all dating for marriage. We all want to fall in love with the person we think is so cool.
Okay.
And if you're ugly, just at least try. You can like get an eyebrow wax. You can get a little edge up. Baby, it's 2021. We have stuff out there. No one needs to be ugly.
Makeup does wonders, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, and anything. Like, they have things for men now. They have, like, this black stuff that you can paint on your hair and makes your hair look fuller. You can get your eyebrows.
Just shave, bro. Just shave.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
and for men, all you have to do is, like, buy cute clothes. And that's
Got
like
you.
your swag, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of things for me. I think, actually, for women, it's different, and for men, it's different. So, for men, yes, you want to be in shape, but your attractiveness is not so much more important like a woman's attractiveness.
Yeah.
For instance, when men look at women, we only care about your attraction, your feminineness, your willingness to be a complimentary thing to a man versus how much money you make. Like, most men don't care how much money you make. And for guys, it's about the status, the money. It's like the whole package in a sense.
Well, let me ask you.
Okay, turn up. Let's
The
go.
first one I've asked. What about a woman who's super successful, like makes 8 figures, like
Gotcha.
graduated from Spelman, is that fucking bitch? Mm-hmm. How hard is that to date?
Probably super duper hard. Because the reason she is like that is she probably have some masculine tendencies. She have some
And like a literal boss bitch. Like
yes,
a
exactly.
definition,
And
like a hard
if you're a boss guy, you don't want another boss that you always combating against. You want someone to be actually
so
feminine.
you need like a puppy dog type of.
No, I wouldn't say that, but you don't want to be home and fighting back and forth of what to do and where to go and bills and blah blah blah. You don't want to be fighting. You want something that's
Don't butt
complimentary.
heads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the
Okay.
ones that are single, they have the worst times. I feel so bad for Kenya. Like, it's so bad.
She's speaking that.
No one can. And I always wonder, like, imagine, like, from the bands. I can't, like, even, like, dating a man with status like that and that's,
Okay.
like, has their life broadcasted, like.
So
gotta be.
so for you, what role would you think you would play in a relationship? You can even use your past experiences if you like.
Well, in the past, I was always just, like, the poor person. I
Okay.
dated someone whose family was a lot more well off than mine.
Okay.
But moving forward, like, I'm gonna have my own condo.
Okay.
And like then like I will not move out of that condo until I'm engaged with someone.
Okay.
I'm bringing back my traditional redneck stuff.
Okay, guys, got you. Okay.
I will not put my name on a lease or buying a house unless I am married legally.
Okay. Cool. And for you in this dynamic of relationship, it's gonna be. Would you call yourself the masculine figure that's like the leader, or would you be like the submissive person?
Well, because of the work I'm going into, I'm going to be like on call for 72 hours and
Gotcha.
then off work and like needing to sleep. So I need someone that's okay with like cleaning the house and keeping everything up, doing my laundry.
Okay, got you.
But then like on my off days, we go and have $1,000 dinner. You know?
Got you. And then spurs a little bit. So what are some, to wrap up this whole video, what are some things that a woman has or does that make you break rules for them versus break rule or make rules for another one?
For me, right now,
Yep.
it's the emotional understanding. Like if I don't text back for 3 hours, it's because I've been submerged in a paper that was due yesterday. And
Okay.
then like when I finally text you back, you're like, oh, don't worry, I'm so proud of you. Get it done. Like just being there and emotionally and like for my journey, for my
Okay.
goal, for my 5-year plan.
Yeah, your 5-year plan.
The 5-year plan. And accepting that I'm telling you, I'm not going to date anyone for 2 years, but you're like, I don't care. I think you're so fucking cool. I'm still going to text you. I'm still going to talk to you. I want to know what you're doing. And I want to see you succeed. And I'm like,
Okay.
pussy lips are shivering.
Pussy lips are shivering.
Thank you.
How, and then, hold on, I just maybe think of another question, and then we can wrap it up. How important is sex in your life then? Because it seems like it's not that
None.
important.
I just masturbate every single time. Like,
Oh, hold on, so
I
the
feel
sex,
so bad
just
for my
hold on.
day,
That
though.
means
It's
sex
like
will be
cracking.
important then.
Yes. like I just recently had remind me to show you. I just had a crazy conversation about some new sex stuff I've never even heard of. I thought I heard it all. And this girl came up with some rope tying thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Bondage.
But it takes like hours, and it's like really personal and intimate, and I have so many emotions and so much sexual tension. I'm like, yes.
Okay, so
I've just been masturbating ever since the pandemic. Only had sex 3 times in 2020. Call me a nun.
Okay.
So, yeah, my poor dildo. I mean, it's cracked now. When you turn it on, it goes. I'm like, it's like gonna electrocute me. But it's so easy though. You know, it takes 60 seconds, and then you get in the shower and get ready for work.
Hold on, it takes 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do another video. We're gonna do another video. All right, let's wrap up. So, where can they find you?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Erica, ERICA,
Okay.
FRANC 0. The
All right.
O is a 0.
I'm gonna put that in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you want to follow, get these likes up, get to like 300 500, and we'll be Gucci. It's your boy Jaye. I'm out. Peace. All right.